Choose again. That's a pretty good concept, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
We say here, nothing's cast in stone. If nothing's cast in stone, we can change. We can transform in everything. So choose again. I got this from Spirit a couple days ago, and I think it goes with the service. All that's left of yesterday is just a memory. If we miss the meaning, the truth, therefore the gleaning. The threads that weave our pattern and manifest as life are fashioned by the weaver in harmony or in strife. Experience is the teacher. The lesson plan is ours. To hold our vision, play our part, or will we miss the mark? When our eye is single and love becomes the goal, oneness is the truth we see, and ours is just to be. The songs this morning, to be, the gift of life. We're not going to hide our gift of life away. We're not going to shut it down. We're going to be there for all to see. And to begin to understand that this series that we started 3 weeks ago is about transformation. And we're looking at energies and information that really we use in our life to manifest. And Cindy started out, and the first one was thoughts. What are you thinking? Very interesting, isn't that? And then feelings. What are you feeling? And then we looked last week at our heart brain with all this good information from the Heart Math Institution. How's that? And I think that to look at our manifestation or what are we really here, don't we all want to live in God consciousness? Yes. There's a result. I think if we begin answering simple questions that we might ask ourselves, well, what do I really want to experience in life? Because we are in a blessed place on this planet. So we all want to live in God consciousness, and that can be any experience. We're all unique. It doesn't have to be, my awareness of God consciousness doesn't necessarily have to be yours. It's like Meredith is just blossoming into a most awesome singer. Right, Heather? Yeah. And, it's like she's just exploring and understanding greater and greater aspects of herself and then sharing it with us. And it's beautiful. And that's like all of us beginning to understand that God's within us. It's the Father within who doeth work. So like just to express it out. So when we look at thinking, what we think internally creates our landscape of life. That's where we can let go of that question, did I do this? Did I do this? Yes, we did it. So to begin to explore our thought process is the first step that we could begin with. And then feeling, how are you feeling? The energetic feelings, the energetic response to how we are relating to our life. Am I feeling good about my life, or am I feeling not so good about my life? How am I feeling? Feelings are emotions. Emotions are very powerful. To begin to understand emotions, recognize them, and then allow our emotions to really support us. And then she talked about heart brain. This is from Heart Math Society of Intelligent Beings. We have 40,000 neurons in our heart that respond, record, and direct energy, you see, in our heart. And most of the information, more information goes from our heart to our brain than brain goes down to our heart. This is like science. The path begins in the heart, metaphysics. So to begin to look at that, and then within our heart, very cool concept is our truth meter. We begin to nod truth, or I don't know if I resonate with this, but it comes from our heart. That's our truth from here. Reason, logic, we want to go to our heart. That's the journey. The journey of life is to know oneself. The path begins in the heart. So to realize, we all want to live in God consciousness, but then to begin to realize that we can live in God consciousness And that's the step that we can all take. So to begin to understand that we can realize God consciousness, and that's a new concept, that's a new thought, because forever we weren't shown or even allowed to connect with God consciousness. We were directed towards these man-made laws about God and what God consciousness really is. And so we live in a really beautiful time where we can begin to explore our hearts, we can explore our minds, our emotions, and then harmonize them. That's the whole key, is harmonizing body, mind, spirit. When we harmonize the energy, synergy can be created. Now we can begin to express greater and greater our truth, the truth that we came to share. So the first thing, if we look around where we're at, we have to realize that we are where we are at right now, right here, by the choices that we've made. Everybody agree with that? Yes. You know, and that what's really cool, and I'm looking at everybody, and I'm going to say everybody here is in a good space. Everybody here is a good choice. We all took different paths to get here. Yay, God. Thank you, but I'm done with that. You see? We can release the past and be here now. This is where I'm at right now. Now, let go of that old thought process that kept me back there. Let go of the emotions that maybe limited my expression. And maybe I was getting all my information from all the wrong sources. So as we move into this new time-space sequence of now, Sunday morning, InterQuest Church, Alpharetta, Georgia. Glad to be here. Glad that all my experiences in life brought me to this point. And who would have thought that? Who would have thought you'd be in this little place in Alpharetta, Georgia? We got some awesome people. I mean, you guys are very awesome. Okay, so we're here by our choice, and we can choose again. So the first thing we have to do is give ourselves permission to choose. Give yourself permission to choose. Give yourself permission to let go of the past. Give yourself permission to be here now and to explore your thoughts where you're at right now. Just like the New Age, new thought. We're being bombarded and made aware of new thought all the time. Just a new thought of who we are, what life's all about. Heart Math Institute. This is some good stuff. And it's just ever expanding every single day. So give yourself permission, give ourselves permission to go there, to embrace it, and then begin to integrate it and then express it in our unique way. Because we all are unique expressions of God on the planet. We are God's children. We can choose again. So to begin to release old patterns and processes that held us in an old way of living, and we can look at our past. Look at the emotions that we're holding at that time. Were we feeling good about life, or were we feeling bad about life? Because our emotions color our experiences. To begin to understand that. If we just understand that, maybe that would give us a little bit more impetus to lift out of a lower emotion. Maybe to lift out of depression into joy. We have tools that we can use, and we're being made aware of it, and so we have to choose to use them. And then even to look at, where did we get the guidance? Who were we listening to in the past? Who were we listening to in the past? We could have been listening to our parents, we could have been listening to our teachers, we could have been listening to race consciousness, we could have been listening to advertisers. They got us to here. But now we're being taught or revealed that we can go within our heart, where our truth meter is, the Father within our heart doeth the work, speaks the words. So now we have a choice. Can we go within? When we're having any experience in life, we can look at it, and if we might not feel comfortable that what's going on, first place we're going to go. We don't have to go to the computer, reason, logic, and all this stuff. Go into our heart. Truth. Why am I feeling this way, God? Do you see? And then your answer, your unique answer will come to you. And your answer doesn't have to be the same as mine, because we're souls on our own unique journey. To begin to honor ourselves as unique, we're all souls on this journey. We're all together. but we're unique in our experience and in our expression. Choose your uniqueness. Live your uniqueness. So now we have to choose again. We can choose with new thought, with the true understanding that we create with thought in this dimension, the quantum reality, the quantum mechanics in life. Oh, wow, I create with thought. Emotions color. Emotions color my thoughts. The words I speak from my thoughts empower my thoughts. And I'm going to follow my inner guidance. I'm going to follow my inner guidance. Sometimes we have to separate from the herd. We're not judging. We're separating because I want to experience my unique aspect. I want to give my unique gift. And we have to give ourselves choice to do that. Whatever we want to change about our life, we have to choose to change. We have to choose to change. And then here's the hashtag. To not hope we can change, but to know we can change. To know that we are the creator. Do you see? Because we've been living in hope, and there's nothing wrong with hope. Well, we can take that next step to be, to live the life we were born to live. We have to give ourselves, we got a lot of little voices that are stopping us and past emotions and memories and things like that. That's where we have to turn back, see? Turn back to God. I'm going to turn back to God. I'm going to ask for guidance within my heart, and I'm going to receive the guidance, and I'm going to follow my guidance. Follow the guidance that we get. Your heart will never steer you wrong. Your head will keep you going around and around. To replace a lower pattern of thinking with a higher pattern of thinking. To release a lower form of emotions and replace it with a higher. To take a guidance that isn't aware and replace it with total awareness. This is how we transform, to follow the inner guidance that we get. And this is what's really neat. And y'all know this. I'm going to say it anyways. We create the conditions for transformation. Do you believe you create your conditions for transformation? Yes. Haven't we all moved someplace to get out of a certain energy that wasn't supporting who we really are? We might have changed jobs. We might have changed in a relationship. Within, we have this inner knowing that this isn't working for me, and I'm changing. I'm changing. And then we move physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, move one of those aspects. And our life will start changing because we took a chance on life. We took a chance on ourselves. We trusted our guidance. Too often we push the default button to go back into old programming because it's easy. Sometimes we go through struggle or even some pain. Childbirth. That's painful, I hear. But look at all the beautiful souls that we have here because your mommy went through childbirth, went through the pain, you know. And sometimes when we're changing our lifestyle, it's painful. Do you see what I'm saying? We can't just want and hope that it'll happen. We have to take the steps ourselves to transform. And it's really cool to do that. And people that go through isms, it doesn't matter which ism it is, it's hard breaking out of that pattern because that's just a symptom. Within us is the thought and belief, emotion within us that holds us there. So recognizing the issue, yes, we have to do that. And then we can go and begin to use the higher thought, the higher emotion, and the higher guidance to begin to allow those to support our journey from point A to point B. We all want to know God, and we all want to know who we truly are. You know, I tell people, you guys heard this, I'm going to say it again, because I need to hear it. My body, it's not who I am. I'm a 49 Patrick. I'm spirit. I'm spirit. And that's why, like when I had you say, I am the light. That's who we are. We're the light. In the beginning, when God said, let there be light, whew, that's when y'all were born. That's when we were born. We're light beings. Particles of light. What are we going to do with that light from the song? I'm not going to hide the light. Put it under a bushel. No. Be the light in your unique expression. To begin to understand who we are. Not believe and listen to someone else's idea of who we are. And a lot of us have had that experience. And when we say that's not who I am, the journey can truly begin. And then to choose what you are getting a feeling about. Choose from our heart. This is from White Eagle, Wisdom of White Eagle. Every new affirmation of our divine being is the starting point of an eternity of happiness. Wow. Every new affirmation of your being. I am a child of God, you say. I am unworthy, you see. People choose both of those. Everybody doesn't choose. I'm a child of God. God is my source in all things. I have got to work by the sweat of my brow. God loves me. Will I ever find love? Every new affirmation of your divine being. I am. The song, I am love, I'm love. I'm singing with her, and each verse, the energy got higher in the room. Because we had to break the pattern of, oh, I can't sing. And but blah, blah, blah. The last verse, I am love, it was like this. I don't know if you felt it. It was like, it just transcended us into a synergistic experience of love in the space. I'm just going to thank you, God. It was really a neat experience. And life is a neat experience. Give ourselves permission to experience that. Not rotely going, oh, here's congregation song. How about, wow, there's a bunch of beautiful light beings, God's children, joining together in a chorus to raise the energy in our church. That's a new thought, isn't it? To give ourselves choice to change who we think we are, to change how we act who we thought we were, to change to act who we know we are. It's a neat confirmation, and it's the starting point of an eternity of happiness. Every new affirmation of our divine being is the starting point of an eternity of happiness. Eternity seems like that's a long time, doesn't it? Never ending? How's that? So, by claiming, affirming, decreeing our divinity, our sonship, our daughtership with God, creator of all, just propels us to this never-ending journey of happiness. Who in this church would love happiness for eternity? I do. But we're the chooser. We are the chooser. And to begin to recognize where we're at, and we have the opportunity to choose to continue this or to expand on it. So we want to expand by aligning with our true identity. I'm a divine being. I am a divine being. So, I am God's beloved child. There's a good affirmation. So your homework is to, when you go home and tonight in your meditation time, because I know you have meditation tonight. So when you go home tonight in your meditation time, Come up with an affirmation for you that supports your divinity. You see? And you're all the creator, sons and daughters of God, so I know you can do it. Like, I am God's beloved child. That's a bunch of people, so I'm sure. But it's cool. But aren't we unique? And when you come with your unique one and speak it, you're going to feel the presence of God. You're going to quicken that divinity within you to allow that to begin to draw all the energy from the universe that you could use to manifest that, experience it, and express it. Every new affirmation. Okay. So this is a series about transformation. We're all in the process of transformation, whether we realize it or not. Some people choose it, and some people surrender to it, and some people fight it. Just like when we teach universal laws, some are automatic and some are activated. Transformation's automatic. But if we start positively looking at certain laws that we could use to support our transformation, it's a whole different picture. We're the chooser. Give yourself choice to change. I'm going to use this new thought. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see myself greater. I'm going to work at what I need to work at that frees me from my limitations. We just went over in the aquarium this Saturday. Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. And it's really cool, and it's metaphorical, metaphysical, and spiritual, and all sorts of stuff. But it's like, roll the stone of materiality from in front of the cave, the grave. And see, it's carved out, put the body in, put big stones in front of it. So the stone in front of it, and Jesus says, we're going to move the stone of materiality. Because materiality keeps us really in the grave. We really don't connect with life on a spiritual level. It's more on a material level, you see? So let's roll away the stone of materiality that's blocking our forward motion. Lazarus, awake. He walks forth. He's wrapped in all the linens and things, how they would bury them with the beautiful oils and stuff like that. He walks out, he's wrapped in he says, unloose him. Unloose him from all the thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that have been holding him in the material world. Take the binding off his eyes so now they can see. See who he truly is. To begin to allow that spiritual eye to be open, begin to understand the spiritual world we live in. We really live in a spiritual world. Transformation in consciousness. When Lazarus walked out, he wasn't just raised from the dead. He was transformed in the light, as the light. Freed from the trappings and limitations of the material world. Very cool. We don't find the Holy Grail. We fashion the Holy Grail. And aren't there a lot of people still looking for the Holy Grail out there? Go back to King Arthur. Percival, he went out on his quest. We'll go find the Holy Grail. See? We don't find the Holy Grail. We fashion it. You are the Holy Grail. We're the Holy Grail. Now fashion the Holy Grail to the divine identity I am. To fashion the Holy Grail. Refashion, remodel, reboot, whatever it takes to free us from the past patterns of limitation and mortality, to begin to express our divinity, our creatorship as a son, daughter of God. And so as we begin to live our divinity, the natural process is transformation. God made it easy for us. We get in the way. Get thee behind me. I'm following God now. I'm going to follow the Christ. I'm going to put my hand in the hand of Christ and walk. You see? It doesn't make us weaker, it makes us stronger. Let's go within. So as you close your eyes, I want you to just breathe that gentle breath again and breathe with awareness, breathing in God's love and feeling how loved you are. You are God's beloved. You are God's beloved. And just breathe in God's love, and in your heart you can repeat the words, I am God's beloved, or whatever affirmation you feel most in harmony with now. I am God's beloved. God's love flows through me now. I am love. So just breathe and allow these energies, these divine energies to just begin to permeate your physical body, move out through your aura, move through your emotional body to bring balance, to move through your mental body to bring clarity, to move to soul, to allow for understanding. Expanding out to that radiant center of love and light I am. And as you breathe in this love, this light, I am of God. Allow it to go deep within you now. And as it moves deeper and deeper within your consciousness to the core of your being, if there's anything that you want to release now, ask that it be transformed in love and light. If you need to forgive yourself now for anything you feel you've missed the mark on. And ask that it be lifted. And if you have to forgive anyone, just send them forgiveness, send them love, and let them go. So now that we can now be free, we can be free from the past entanglements and lower thought forms and energies, that we can be lifted now into our true expression, our divinity, our love. Breathe and feel a greater sense of lightness within your body, within your heart, within your soul. Breathe and feel. Breathe and know. I am with you always. I am with you always. Even to the end of the world. So breathe and feel. Be still and know. And in your heart, say, thank you, God. Breathe and feel. Gently open your eyes. And as we look out onto our world with new eyes that are clear and free and seeing the now, it's our blessing and it's our choice to choose. Yeah, God.